Welcome back to our program, We Connect. This is the show that's coming to you right from here in Cholamandal, which is the artist village just outside of Chennai city. Nanda, you were talking about the droves of school children who actually come in here to look at this museum. Are they being dragged here kicking and screaming, or do you believe that there is a genuine interest in art on the part of these children?
It's a really nice question, because I was just before the children came, they were asked to stand in front of the museum and they were taking a head count. After seeing the museum, I spoke to some of them and they were telling their teachers, please bring us back to places like this, not the other museums we've been taken to. When I'm referring to museums in India, they are generally very dull.
Not interesting, right?
Not interesting, right? Because in Europe, you have your museums where children are taken, from age group say 4 to 10. They are left with crayons and watercolor, and they squat before the masterpieces and sketch the whole day, and they have a restaurant. So it's a very enjoyable experience. Whereas when we go to museums in India in general, it's a horrible thing. And in fact, when I was on one of the museums where I was asked to develop it, I said, you must have a first-rate restaurant, because gastronomy is a great part of culture. Yes. So that is the reason we have started a restaurant here, which is so important to integrate things with art.
Right, I'll come to that in a bit. But what about what you just said? Do you actually let kids come in here to this place and sit and crayon if the school actually allowed them to give them the time?
We've had so many schools bringing children. They come about 100, 150. So we tell them, bring them in batches of 40 so that they don't crowd the place and they have time to sit. So we've had so many schools coming, so that's a very encouraging thing. And it's at that level, Jenny, that you should catch children,
Right.
That's where you have to inculcate them.
Right, which brings me to a very important point. What about art education in India? Do you find it's adequate? Do you find it's totally non-existent in most schools?
Of all the art institutions, Chennai has the oldest art institution in the country, which is 150 years old. And though right now I wouldn't say there's much happening there compared to some of the other places in India, the idea that art cannot be taught, but the teacher keeps working at his canvas and the student watches and takes his inspiration. Never once does the teacher go and correct the student's work unless he wants it. And that's a very important part, where we always said in the Madras school, you can't teach art. You can expose them to art and they have to develop it from.
Right, but what about children at the school level?
Yes.
Because I'm interested in talking about art education at that level, because you yourself said, catch them young, start them early, give them their crayons, let them come in and have fun.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? What's the status of that in your opinion? Non-existent?
No, there is, but like I always said, I've always maintained that don't have competitions, because what children do, unlike mathematics and music, you've never had art prodigies. You've had a mathematical prodigy, you've had a musical prodigy, but never an art prodigy, because art, unlike music and mathematics, is based on what he sees, what he has experienced. Whereas mathematics and music, it's in your genes. A great mathematician sometimes sponsors some children who pick up mathematics or music, for example. I know in so many instances. But there has never been a child prodigy in art.
So you mean to say that art is not in your genes? You are sitting here today, internationally acclaimed, internationally well known. Perhaps a little bit of it is because you're your father's son.
I really have my doubts about it, really? Because art is always based on your experience. It is not from nature. It is not something which is given like that. It may be in you, like you say, maybe in your genes, but I don't know. But we have never had art prodigies, because we have had great art prodigies. I mean, people talk about it in the media. They work till about 12, 13, 14. Just
That's it. Goodbye to it then.
Picasso, for example, he started painting his best pictures after he was 21.
Right.
So I don't believe in art being art prodigies, for example. I'm completely against
Right.
that.
But then do you believe then that we should be
Expose them.
encouraging
Yes.
our children
Yes.
more? Do you think enough is being done? Which is the question I started
no,
with.
No, in fact, when the museum was started, we have sent emails to all the schools telling them there's a museum. Very few have responded. It's only very few, maybe about 10, 15 schools have responded. But I would like hundreds of schools to be involved in this, where they bring children, leave them there, and that's the only way you can develop it.
Well, yeah, what about the government schools? What about the corporation schools?
Yes.
Is that the route that we should be going?
Any school, any children, they should be right from age 4, they should be exposed to art. I think it's fantastic.
Right. So do you think that that should be a role that the Madras movement should be actually focusing on and trying to,
We are doing that.
Are
We
you?
are focusing on children. We have,
How are you doing that? How?
through email, we have got the mails of all these schools, sending our brochures to them, and then trying to inculcate the thing. It's a long process, but it's overtime, and you should be doing it now.
Right. What about actually approaching the government? Because you have, the corporation and they have all these schools under their
But
control.
Jenny, if you take the West, no art movement is ever linked to the government. It will be highly suspect. If any art organization or a gallery said there is a government connection, it's highly suspect.
Right. But I only meant that it would give you access to that many more schools. That was my only intention of saying that. Wouldn't you say?
You could do that. The Hindu, in fact, has
Yes.
a lot of linkage to schools. In fact, we are planning to ask them to where they can link us on to these schools, which would be the right step in the right direction.
Right. Now, the Chola Mandal itself, the
Yeah.
artist village, was started
Yeah.
by your father many, many years ago.
Yeah.
It's developed, it's grown. So do
Yes.
you see other Chola Mandals springing up, is that something that you would dream of now? What's the legacy you want to leave behind?
See, in the 70s, Dr. Mulkaraj Anand, who was the chairman of the Light Academy, in fact, we have a brief by him here. His dream was to start these villages all over the country, and he did that in Delhi when he started the Gadi workshop. He bought an old palace, I think it's a fort or something
Right.
like that, and converted it into studios. That could be done. But there are a lot of, when you take a Cholamandal, it happened really it was fortunate that it happened. Now, to start again a thing like that, unless you have one person, luckily my father was a teacher to many of them,
Yes.
so they would listen to him. But if you are of the same age group, it is very difficult to start a thing like this. When you say black, the other man would say white.
That will happen wherever there are people, right?
Wherever there
So are you saying then the Chola Mandal is just a lucky accident?
In
That-
a way,
that
in a
worked.
way, I think it is a lucky accident. It was meant to be, but it was a lot of luck on its side also.
Right. Now we'll come back and talk more about that. It's time for us to take a very short break here on We Connect, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with you from Chola Mandal.